Hello, and it's about that time. So I thought today we would make some vintage candy. It's called Divinity. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. This is one that Nana used to make, and she called it her no-fail Divinity. So we're gonna give it a try. And get out your saucepan. We're gonna add into that saucepan 2 cups of a regular white sugar. We're gonna also add in 1/2 cup of cold water, 1 little sprinkle of salt, and 1/2 cup of light corn syrup. So we're gonna get this all into the pan. We're gonna give it a mix up, and then we're gonna get it onto the stove. Now we're gonna bring it up to a boil, but we're gonna continually stir it while it's coming up to the boil. Once it gets up to the boiling point, we are gonna stop stirring, and we're gonna let it, we're gonna put in a candy thermometer and bring it up to 250 degrees. And so here we go. That's gonna take a little bit of time, so let me get this on the stove. While we're waiting for that to come up to temperature, let's get on to the egg part. Now we're gonna use 2 egg whites, and make sure you have them at room temperature. They whip up better that way. So we're gonna add those into a bowl. Now we're gonna whip these up until they form really stiff peaks. It's gonna take a couple minutes. Once you have your eggs all into stiff peaks, we're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of your favorite flavored gelatin. I'm using cherry. So you're gonna add that in. Now we're gonna whip this all together and make sure that it's still nice and stiff. This is going to take a couple minutes. Alrighty, so the eggs are ready. Now for the tricky part. This has come up to temperature. Now we're gonna, if you do it right, it's gonna take about 5 minutes. You wanna slowly drizzle it in while you're also beating it. It's gonna probably take about 5 minutes. So this is super hot, be super careful, but you're gonna carefully and slowly drizzle this in while we're mixing it. Once you have that all added in, we're going to go ahead and add in about a teaspoon of vanilla and continue to whip it. After about 6 minutes of beating, it's still super hot. We're gonna add in about 3/4 cup of chopped nuts, whatever type you choose. I'm using walnuts, but you can use whatever you want, and just give it a quick beat together. We're just trying to mix the nuts in. For this next part, we gotta work kind of quickly. You need a board with a piece of wax or parchment paper on it, and you wanna take 2 spoons, and you want to make sure that they are buttered. You won't have to keep buttering them, but you wanna butter both sides. So it's just as easy for me to spray it. And we're gonna go ahead and start taking out, candy-sized pieces, and go ahead and put them right down on top of the wax paper. So I'm gonna keep doing this because you gotta move fast while it's still warm. This is gonna be so delicious. Alrighty, mission accomplished. I've got them all done. Now you wanna let these set for at least 4 hours so that they can really set up and they won't be sticky. And these, you can either put in an airtight container or you can just leave them out. They won't get sticky. You just really want to let them set up and dry. So it'll be tasty taste time, and I think Meg's gonna really like these. They are pretty in pink. You can make them any color. Like say you're doing a baby shower or something, you might want to do like pink and blue or, whatever. But this is called Divinity. And it's a very, very vintage candy. And it should be very delicious, but I opted to make these cherry. These are cherry Divinity. You can make them different flavors, so I made cherry. I love the texture.
It's weird, but not bad.
Because you're not used to the texture. It's almost nougaty.
I was gonna say, it's just like a fruity nougat. The texture isn't what's weird, it's like that it's fruity. I expect it to be like caramel and chocolatey. And
I put walnuts in them. You think they're good?
Maybe dunk them in chocolate.
Everything's better in chocolate, right? Yeah. These are really good though. You can pick any flavor. You could do them with orange or just vanilla. Or your favorite mint. Could do them with mint.
Just like a big, soft, nougaty kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't get stuck in your teeth or anything.
Exactly. And they say you can leave them out like in the air and they're not going to get sticky.
There you have it.
There you go. They have like a matte finish to them.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah, super yum. Make these. Great for the holidays too. So